Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Encryptor, and today we have some Madden gameplay, but what I'm really going to be discussing is my top 5 quarterbacks in this year's draft. So the draft is like less than a week away at this point, and one of the most hyped conversation has been about quarterbacks. After the Titans and the Browns both traded the top 2 picks, kind of shows that there's not a ton of depth like there was a year ago when you had Jameis Winston and Marcus Mariota. We usually have some pretty good quarterbacks. This year, we do have some pretty talented quarterbacks, just not as dynamic, or maybe just not on teams that were as good, because in my opinion, that's what kind of makes the quarterback. If you have a team, really talented team surrounding the quarterback, it's going to make the quarterback better. But anyways, guys, my top 5, target number 5, I'm going to go Dak Prescott from Mississippi State. Now, before I go any further, this is more of how they were in college. That's how I'm rating this. I'm not rating this as their potential pro future. I mean, I will touch on that, but yeah. So Dak Prescott, number 5. What he did in college, he could run, he could pass, and he's very talented. I think if he gets on the right team and has some work, and he has a chance to show what he can do with the right coaches and the right team, I think that he has potential to maybe be a solid backup somewhere. I don't know if he'll ever be a dynamic starter anywhere, but I do think he is very talented, and what he did in college is kind of undisputable. Very talented. I think he broke several records there. I can't remember all of them, but again, very talented in college, and it impressed me, and I think he's my top 5 quarterback, and he definitely has a somewhat bright future in the pros. So number 4, I'm going to go Christian Hackenberg from Penn State. I think his team was never very good. Okay, his offensive line seemed to struggle at times. He couldn't, always have a running game. The defense was always pretty solid, but obviously that, as far as offense goes, and I don't know, he seems like he might be a little fragile at times. But I think with the right coaches and the right team, this dude has a lot of potential. He has very talented throwing ability. He just needs to make good decisions with the ball, something that he didn't always do in college. But again, this is every single player in the draft is going to depend on solid coaching. So if you can get somebody who a really good coach with him and really good teammates, I think this dude's got some potential to be I don't know about a starter, but maybe you might have that kind of potential. I liked him in college. I think he's very calm, and he's very patient. Just needs to make better decisions with the ball sometimes, and needs to get a very solid team around him. And if he can get that, I think that he has a lot of potential. So number 3, I have Paxton Lynch out of Memphis. A very, very tall guy. He's like 6'7" or something. Super tall. And he showed some pretty good glimpses of his talent in college. So that's why I think he's going to be he's the 3rd best quarterback in this draft. Do I think he's going to be a dynamic pro player? That's hard to say of any of these, really, but I think he might be one of the better I think he is one of the better in the draft. That's why I have him at 3. But I think he could be a starter at some point. Give it a couple years, I think this guy will be starting for somebody. So number 2, Carson Wentz out of North Dakota State. This dude, he's got some potential. I never really saw him, but I've just heard a lot of good things from him, and some of his stats have been pretty amazing. So he is obviously pretty much a first-round lock for somebody. It did kind of surprise me that the Browns did trade up to the 8th spot after. I mean, the Titans not so much, because obviously they don't need a quarterback. They have Mariota, but the Browns kind of gambled on RG3 a little bit, which, I mean, I don't know if it might pay off, it might not pay off. It's hard to tell, but I think they should have taken either Wentz or Goff, or even Lynch. I mean, any of the ones I've mentioned, I think would be a solid pick for the Browns. But I think I probably would have taken Wentz or Goff to the Browns if I were them, so you kind of have more depth in that position, because who do they have besides RG3, really? I think they might still have McCown, maybe. I can't remember. But either way, they needed somebody else. I think it was a bad move by them. Maybe it might be a good move for all that they got in return, but I mean, I guess we'll see. They could still pick up a quarterback at the 8th spot. There's still going to be plenty on the board, but yeah, I definitely probably would have picked one of these guys. But number one, obviously, you have Jared Goff from California. Really, him and Wentz are kind of a toss-up for me. I haven't really seen one go, oh, I think he's definitely better than the other. But I do like Goff. I think he passed for the most yards in California university history, which is pretty amazing. But very solid, very talented, and this guy can throw the ball, obviously. He's not a fantastic runner, I don't think, but if he can get in a pass-heavy offense, this guy's going to do just fine with the right coaches and the right teammates. Get him on a talented team with a good offensive line and receivers and a balanced run game. Basically a complete offense, and this guy's going to do just fine. I think as fine as any quarterback, a rookie in the league. So, yeah, those are my top 5 quarterback picks. But yeah, so that's going to wrap this video up. Let me know if you guys want to see like a top 5 mock draft or top 10 mock draft, because I'll definitely do one of those. Yeah, let me know down in the comments, and go ahead and like this video, subscribe for more sports content, and until next time, guys, this is Encryptor, heading out.